Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel, Mr. Footballer Loons, and today we are doing Game Week 9 predictions for the Premier League. We are going to start on the 22nd of October, which is tomorrow. Arsenal are home against Aston Villa, 8 PM. I'm going to say 2-1 to Arsenal. It could easily go either way. Each side could win it, and it could easily be a draw. I'm going with Arsenal because of their history. Because they used to be top 6 club, and I think they're going to finish in 7th. I honestly do. I'm going with them. Aston Villa did also lose their past 2 games against Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur are a decent side. I think they've got some good players, but we'll talk about them later. Aston Villa did win against Man United, yes, but Arsenal, I think, have a better squad than Aston Villa, in my opinion. Let's move on. Whole new day. 23rd of October on a Saturday, Chelsea versus Norwich City, 3-0 to Chelsea. Well done Norwich for getting their first 2 points. They've gotten 2 clean sheets in the last 2 games, which is very good for them. It's, again, little steps going towards trying to survive. They got a 0-0 draw against Brighton. Chelsea managed to get a win against Brentford, which I said 2-0 was actually 1-0 to Chelsea. Pretty close game. But Chelsea are just too good for Norwich. There's no way Norwich would get any points at all. Probably not even a goal after the past 2 games they haven't scored or conceded. It might be more like 2-0, but I'm staying 3-0. Move on, Crystal Palace versus Newcastle United, 1-1. Newcastle United, obviously, owner and all that, Hula Bala, has came in. Steve Bruce has been sacked. And the last game they did lose 3-2 against Tottenham Hotspur. They did get a red card at the 83rd minute, John Joe Shelvey. Well, that's John Joe Shelvey. He seems to always get yellow cards and red cards. It was obviously a red card. Tripped him over easy. Spurs completely deserved the game. But Newcastle, I believe, I can't remember his name, but they're having one of the coaches be in charge. But ever since that coach, I can't remember his name, sorry. Ever since that coach came in, from last season, Newcastle started to improve, so possibly they might be able to get a point here. I think they'll play decent this game. I think they'll have a chance. I think they'll play decent for most of the game. But I think Crystal Palace, with the signings that they've made for them, is a massive increase. I still think they won't finish in the top 10 finish this season because of the amount of draws, but I think they can compete against top 6 clubs and they could easily get a win here. But I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Very close game. Moving on, Leech United versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm going to 2-1 Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, Leech United last game did lose 1-0 to Southampton. To be fair, I looked at their squads and they didn't have Calvin Phillips or Patrick Bamford. I'm a bit confused. They had Shackleton there and players like that. I don't know anything about what's happening if there's injured players or stuff. But because of that, and if it's same, if they play the same squad, I think Wolves got on the bag. Obviously, I did predict their score correct against Aston Villa. Not fully correct, but I did predict Wolves to win it. I think Wolves are going to go on some great form, but I think they're then going to even out to probably more like a 12th place finish. Leeds, I still think they're going to get top 10, but if they play the same squad, they're going to lose 2-1. Let's move on. Everton versus Watford, 1-0 to Everton. Everton, obviously, I said they're going to easily comfortable win against 2-0 against West Ham last time I did predictions, but I was wrong. It was actually 1-0 to West Ham. So I'm going to completely change it. Obviously, overrated Everton. I think it's only going to be 1-0. I think Watford are going to be at it this time. I think they're going to be really fighting for their lives because their form hasn't been the best, especially after a 5-0 loss against Liverpool. Yes, it is Liverpool, but not all clubs lose 5-0. That's more like one of the very low clubs. But I think Everton are too good for them. 1-0. Moving on, Southampton versus Burnley, 1-1. Obviously, already said about Southampton's win over Leeds. I think it was only because Leeds didn't have their best squad. Leeds will probably be able to get a win against them on their better day. But they're against Burnley. I think Burnley would not win it at all. I don't think they've even got a chance to. I think Southampton, if there was going to be a winning team, I would go for Southampton. They're home as well. They do have a decent side. Well, they've got some decent players. They used to have a better side. You know, that Danny Ings and what's it called? Vestergaard in centre-back. But they departed away to Aston Villa and Leicester. But I think they're going to be drawing a lot. I think they will survive. I'm definitely certain. But I think Burnley are going to go down. I think Burnley, they've been here for too long. They've been surviving all the time. I don't think Sean Dyche can do it. Let's move on to the next game. Brighton versus Manchester City. 1-0 to Man City. Now, I think Man City are just about going to scrape a 1-0 win. I think they will deserve it, Man City. They're obviously quite a bit better club than Brighton. Brighton only did get a 0-0 draw against Norwich. But, you know, point to point, it was actually a pretty close game other than the possession for Brighton. But Brighton have had a good start. They've signed a few players like Cucurella, whatever his name is, the left midfielder. I think could be close, but I think Brighton is slowly going to drop off into more of that mid-table position. Moving on to a whole new day, 24th of October. West Ham United face Tottenham Hotspurs. I'm going 2-1 West Ham. Spurs are a good team. They deserve the win against Newcastle. They're a very good team. I think they'll finish top 6. And I don't even think West Ham will finish top 10 this season. But I think West Ham can definitely compete against those top 6 clubs. And I think they will this time. Obviously getting a good win against Everton. I think they have very positive form. I think Spurs have been a bit shaky. They've been losing and winning. Obviously the first 3 games for Spurs were good. And then recently they've been a bit all over the place. But I think West Ham will have it. Brentford versus Leicester City. I'm going to say 3-1 Leicester. Now Leicester obviously getting a very good win, 4-2 against Manchester United. Very good. They deserved it. They seem to be like themselves, and I think they'll keep it up. Obviously, I was completely wrong about the last game. I said 3-1 to Man United. But Leicester, I think they'll be back. I think they might have a few blips in the next 5 games, but I think they'll have okay enough form, and I think they will finish top 6. I think they'll be able to start kicking on more wins, more points now. Brentford, I think they're going to stay up. I don't think they're going to be in a relegation battle. I think they're going to slowly fall down. But they have a comfortable squad. Moving on, Man United versus Liverpool. 3-2 to Liverpool. Both contesting for the league title. Man United getting a good comeback against Atalanta. That was very good. Liverpool haven't lost. Man United not doing the best. Obviously losing against Leicester, as we just spoke about. Lost also to Aston Villa not too long ago. But Liverpool just have too good of a side. I think it could be a very close game in this 3-2 matchup. It could easily be a draw. I'm going Liverpool. That will be the end of my video. Hopefully you can like and subscribe, and always remember to turn on those notifications. Never miss one of my fantastic YouTube videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.